Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Michael Breus, the Sleep Doctor, and I'm here today to answer some of your questions about sleep. Please remember this is not medical advice. I just don't have enough information on your personal case to be effective. You should always contact your physician with these questions as well. If you've got a question that you'd like to see me answer, leave a comment below or send me an email at asksleepdoctor.com. If you like these videos, we have a lot more on the YouTube channel, so please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Okay, first up is Yatin, and they want to know, I follow a good schedule for sleeping every day. However, every 20 days or so, there's some party to attend at night. How do I manage my sleep during these days? So first of all, thank you for following your sleep schedule most days and most mornings. That's going to be super duper important of having that level of consistency. So I totally get that. Good news is having one late night is not going to throw everything off, but there are a few tips that you should do. So number one, go out and enjoy your time out with friends and family, but you don't have to stay out until 1 o'clock in the morning. I would say limit the amount of time that you stay out to about maybe an hour to an hour and a half longer than what you normally would stay out. That way you get to spend time with family and friends, but you're not out 4 hours past your bedtime. The second thing you want to do is you want to consider taking a nap on those days that you know you've got an evening event. What you can do is take a nice short 20 to 25 minute nap, maybe during lunchtime, probably not past about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That way you've got a little bit of sleep stored up, if you will, for that nighttime event. But do yourself the favor also, if you're going to be attending one of these nighttime events, don't add insult to injury by having alcohol late or caffeine late or sugar late, because that's going to mess everything up as well. Next, Kathy asks, is there anything you can do for sleep paralysis? I get it every few weeks, and then once I do wake up, I'm too afraid to go back to sleep in case it might happen again. Okay, so let's talk about sleep paralysis. First of all, you should know that we've got some great articles over on Sleep Doctor that address this issue in particular, so you can learn everything you ever wanted to know about sleep paralysis. As a general guideline, sleep paralysis usually occurs in people who are sleep deprived. So you not allowing yourself to go back to sleep is actually making the situation worse. So when we hit REM sleep, our bodies become paralyzed so we don't act out our dreams. But sometimes when we wake up really fast out of REM sleep, our bodies stay paralyzed. That's sleep paralysis 9 times out of 10. And again, it's usually due to sleep deprivation. So my recommendation is number one, go back to sleep. Number two is get more sleep. You should find that these episodes start to decrease. If they don't, you definitely want to talk with a doctor, specifically a neurologist, because this could be a sign or symptom of something called narcolepsy. Next, Stuart writes, why can't I continuously sleep through the night on my back? I purposely fall asleep on my back, but I wake up on my side or stomach. I've even tried attaching a tennis ball to my chest, but still wake up on my side. Could this be a sign of obstructive sleep apnea or another sleep disorder? Okay, lots of things to unpack here. A lot of times, without us even knowing, when we're lying on our back and we have a tendency to have difficulty breathing, we'll move ourselves to our side, opening up that airway. So could this be a sign or symptom of obstructive sleep apnea? It could, but you'd also want to couple that with you're tired during the day, your bed partner has seen you stop breathing, maybe you snore, maybe you wake up with headaches, you have irregular mood, things like that. Another thing, by the way, could be pain. A lot of people don't realize it, but they get into one comfortable position and then throughout the night, they have some level of pain, which forces them to roll or move into a separate position. In a lot of cases, this could mean that you actually need a new mattress. So some of my patients, I actually tell them, hey, maybe you should consider getting a new bed. For this person in particular, what I would say is, how old is your bed? And is it as comfortable as it's always been? Because it sounds like it might not be. All right, next, Joe wants to know, how can I get better REM sleep? This is a great question. There's a couple things that you can do that will definitely help improve REM sleep, but you got to realize that you're going to be taking things out of the equation. The two of them are caffeine and alcohol. If you went caffeine free and you went alcohol free, I can almost assure you that your REM sleep would improve not only in quantity, but also in quality, because we know that both alcohol and caffeine have pretty dramatic effects on REM sleep. Another easy way to get better REM sleep is to know what your chronotype is and sleep according to your chronotype. What happens to a lot of people is if you don't sleep according to your chronotype, by the way, your chronotype is this genetic predetermined sleep schedule. If you're interested, go to chronoquiz.com. You can figure it out there. But if you're not sleeping within your chronotype, which is a specified period of time, you're chopping off, in many cases, the last sleep cycle. Believe it or not, the last sleep cycle is where you get the largest amount of your REM sleep. So the best things that you can do is go to sleep based on your chronotype and avoiding caffeine and alcohol. All right, next, Carrie writes, I suffer from intermittent insomnia and I have a really hard time falling asleep. I'll toss and turn for hours in bed and finally fall asleep around 5 or 6 a.m. and get about 2 or 3 hours of sleep. How can I fall asleep easier and reduce my anxiety surrounding falling asleep? So in your situation, I'm going to be straightforward with you. I think you should probably talk to a sleep specialist. You may actually need medication to help you with this. I want to be clear about something. I'm not some pill popper. I'm not a person who's saying everybody out there needs to be on medication. But when somebody turns to me and says, on a normal night, I can't fall asleep until 5 or 6 in the morning and I only get 2 or 3 hours of sleep, those are the cases where a lot of times we say we need to use a medication to break the cycle of insomnia, get people sleeping better, then slowly taper them off the medication while we're improving things like sleep hygiene, behavioral measures like sleep scheduling and things like that. So what I would say you should probably consider doing is if this occurs more than probably once a week, you need to talk with a sleep specialist. Finally, Ted wants to know, what happens to my sleep if I smoke weed every single night? So this is a great question. And believe it or not, this is a question that I get asked fairly often. Let's take a look at this as medicinal use of cannabis to help with sleep. If that's the case, there's a very big difference between getting stoned and going to bed. So what you're looking for, if you're looking for cannabis to help you with sleep, is a small amount of THC. THC is the thing that makes you feel high. By the way, THC lowers REM sleep and it increases your heart rate. The constituents that I would say are the most important are CBN, as in nighttime, and something called CBD. Now, you've probably heard lots and lots and lots of stuff about CBD. I'm here to tell you there's been very little research that shows that CBD directly affects sleep. However, there's been a lot of research on CBD affecting pain and affecting anxiety, specifically inflammation and anxiety. So if you've got a sleep problem because of pain or anxiety, CBD may be your friend. But if you have an overall sleep issue, I would argue you want a little bit of THC, more CBN, a little bit of CBD, and that's going to probably give you enough of a formulation to be able to help you fall asleep and stay asleep. Thanks so much for all of your questions. I have plenty more answers to your burning sleep questions, so check out other episodes of Ask the Sleep Doctor right here. And remember, if you have a question you'd like to see answered, send me an email at asksleepdoctor.com or drop a comment below. This is Dr. Michael Breus, the Sleep Doctor, wishing you sweet dreams.